We're going to start again. We basically with our agent here. There's basically a couple things the agent needs to know. We're going to use the world camera to basically we're going to cast into the world to basically set the select sphere location. The target sphere basically is basically when we click the mouse button, we're going to move the target sphere to where that location is. So one of the things is we're going to do we'll do make it public. Move to location. And we'll do a vector 3, new location. Oh, there we go, void. All right, agent is going to be easy. Agent is going to be equal to game object, get component, nav mesh agent. Pretty straightforward, like our rigid body. So we're going to move with the agent. For our purposes, we're going to move to location, and this is for debug purposes. We're going to be our target sphere dot location, and again, position. So this is our test the AI agent movement. All right. The one thing that we are going to do right away is down here, we're going to be like, hey, target sphere position is going to be equal to new location. And then we can, and don't get me wrong, we're going to provide that information, but that's basically when we click, we'll say move to this location, provide that by that, it'll do all our work here. And then we'll do our agent. Next position, new location. And that's all we need to do to set the agent up to move around. So let's go back into Unity just quickly. So let me look at my player just quickly. And so first of all, I am actually going to, I'm going to make a new, this is going to be the player model. And I'm actually going to make a empty parent that's going to be the player. And I'm going to move the nav mesh agent. I'm going to take these off. So I'm going to leave the capsule collider and the mesh renderer. I'm going to leave these pieces here. And then on the player up here, I'm going to, again, nav mesh agent and our player agent script. Main camera I'm going to assign to here, the select sphere, and the target sphere. So far so good. Why am I doing it this way? Well, I actually want to set this move this up 0.5 so that the player, why is it acting funny? So I want to set this at 0. What's going on with the world? What's going on? Okay. That's fine. Player is at 0. Why is that floating above the... global... Oh, it's in the center. That's why I want to pivot. There we go. There we go. So that's correct. Now I want to move the player model. Radius, height is 1. Actually, that 2. There we go. There you go. That's not correct. So I want to keep the agent. Again, I want it to pivot at 0, 0, 0. I mean, well, not 0, 0. The y is 0 to start off. So I'm actually going to move this over here. I'll rotate it actually like this. So it's going to point. So it's starting in this direction. So for the sake of argument, and this is why great to have another player model, I'm going to duplicate this. Make this 0.2, 0.2, and move this out 0.5. There we go. So we've got this. Make this 0.5. There we go. So we've got basically another mesh here indicating our forward direction. So I'll save everything, and I'll press play. You can see off it goes. And what is it not yelling about? There we go, destination. There we go. My apologies. So it's agent.destination, new location is what I'm looking for. And then we'll go back to Unity. There you go. Now you can see it's now marching off to the red sphere, where it's basically it's going to stop there. So it's going to get there, it's going to stop because it doesn't have a location to go to. So the goal right now is we're going to move this around, for here is basically to move this around and then on. So basically when we press the mouse button, we're going to move that red sphere. We're going to set the location where we need to go. So this is why we have the world camera and the select sphere. So the first thing is that we are going to get a vector 3 current location. Current we'll just say vector 3, 0 for right now. Again, we're going to use the world camera. Actually, what we want to do is also using Unity engine input system. I need to grab. Oh my. I'm blanking on the method. I am literally blanking on. All right, so some of you have seen this code already. It's up in the updated direction. So here is the camera screen to point ray. I am going to, again, we're going to do a ray cast into the world. I'm just going to copy all of this for right now. So again, we're going to start with, it's our world camera. And then we're going to get the screen point. Again, this is because we're working on PC. We're going to not worry about, so this is going to be, first thing that we need to do is basically mouse is equal to mouse.current if mouse not equal to null vector2 mouse location vector2 dot 0. So read value, because why not? So this would be not said. So this is what we would need here. And then we're going to set the current location to wherever we hit. So so basically, again, there's a lot right here. Let's grab the current location. Let's make this part of yeah, so I'm just going to basically, I'm going to make a public, I'm going to do a public update. So I'm just going to grab all this code. I'm going to just shove this into this function down here. Update mouse location. Yeah, so our select sphere dot position is going to be equal to our world. What do we call it? Our current location. And then I'm actually going to grab the mouse location here. I'm going to make this a property. This will actually, yeah, I'm going to do this. There we go. And then ideally, there we go. And then we'll do mouse down is equal to mouse left button, read value. Again, that's a Boolean. Better. Why is it float?
We'll just press this frame.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. So we don't have to worry about, so then we can then do a if, mouse down, move the location, the current location. So I know there's a lot of code pieces. A lot of this you should be, getting the mouse. Basically, we're setting these are just local. We'll save this. We'll go back. I can actually now uncomment this. So let's go back and let's go back to Unity. 51. I don't need this open. 51. Yelling about. Oh, I have a row code right here. There we go. There we go. This is probably misnamed. This is update. Let's rename that. This is all right. Current world. There we go. Clear. We're not going to worry about that. So now you can see that here is the cursor. It is basically setting that where again, when I go off the screen, it's going to stay in its last location. So then you can see now off it goes. It's going to move there. So that's basically the first map. Let's just, we have saved it. So let's go back to, let's go to map 02. And it's basically the same thing, except we've got now other cubes. So basically it's duplicating that. Here is again, not the move location. It's going to be select location, and then we'll just duplicate this. And this will be move to location. And then we'll go back into materials, assign that to be red. And so basically, again, player here, we'll want to set them up to, be the parent, whatnot. We'll add in the nav mesh pieces, and then off we go. So you're basically going to do this now with this entire map. Make sure you map, there's a whole level here. Make sure the whole level is static, and do children as well. So there's the ground and the wall. So everything in the level. So where you just had the ground before, now you've got all of these cues for walls. So that's part 2 of this. Save. There we go. All right. Last part of this is in map 4. I don't need a navigation. There we go. So thing that you're going to do here with this, you see, cylinder. So I've given you the forward, a look cube on this to show you the forward on this player. Here's the mouse move to. Here's the flee chase point. So the goal, the last thing that you are going, this should be path point. So this last piece of the lab is bringing everything together. You're going to have the player, basically new document. So here's the behavior we're going to do. So it's totally automated with one exception. One, it's going to start roaming on a path. You've done this. Path point mover. Except instead of the rigid body or moving by position, use the mesh agent instead. Two, when a key is pressed, the agent is going to rush into the chase point. In fact, actually, you're going to need two. Let's duplicate this one more time. You're going to need a flee point and the chase point. So when it gets to the chase point, it goes to, and this is going to enter a new state, chase. Three. Goes to flee state. Actually, this is up here in the roam state. Okay, flee state. I've got a T up here. And when you move back, when you reach the fleet point, return to the roam state. That's basically what you're going to be doing with this agent. They're going to go, do like so make a path 5 or more points. When a key is pressed, sorry, lowercase a key. So the mouse button or space bar, enter a new state chase. So it's going to rush to the chase point. And when it gets to that chase point, when it gets to that point, it's then going to go to the flee state. And then you're going to go, hey, where's the random point we need to go to? You move to you'll move to the flee point. This is simple. Hey, you're going to make a vector basically with 2 random variables.
Use any kind of state machine for this?
Yeah, you can do this any state machine. I'm going to assume that the delegate method is probably is going to be the easiest way to set this up.
Mm-hmm. Just from state to state, the transitions.
Yeah, because basically, the delegate method is probably going to be the easiest way to set this up. Like the roam state, basically, you've written this before. It's just basically literally go get the code from last term when you did the path point mover. Go get that code because basically it's just updating up the code to what is the current point? If current point is again, you're probably going to do the current point like each. The big difference is that. You'll add some code for, hey, if the mouse button is down, go to this state. And that'll be in the roam state. The chase state and the flee state basically is like each of these are going to be like if my current point, and you'll still use the current part. And use current point to your advantage. That's one of the things that we do in the roam state. It's like, what is our current point? If our current point is less than this value, then we go to then we'll call next point. But you'll have that where if that value is less than if my current point is less than this, then in the chase state you'll go to the flee state. And then the flee state you'll then, rather than getting your next point, you're just basically going to go to the roam state. And when you enter the roam state, it is your current point is equal to wherever index you were at before. And that's you can do it that way. If you want to be extra, you can then ask, hey, who's closest to me, and then go to that point. That's extra credit if you want to do that. But I'm perfectly fine with you just picking up your path from where you were when you pressed the button. Do I need to go into anything specifically for this? Can I leave this to you at where we are right now and have you just jump into it? Flee state. Okay. So basically we're going to roam around a path point. So let me go in Unity and make this more clear. Chase. We'll make these green. So, and then I'll make this one red. Okay, so is this? Is at 5, 5, 0. I'm actually going to move these. Make this a 10. Okay. Just, yeah, I'll put you right here. Okay. So to start off, be nice if I took my player. All right, I'm going to drag him over here. So when we start, player's going to move across these points. When I press my button, I'm going to chase into to this center point right here. Again, I'm going to go through and turn off all these colliders because I don't need these colliders in play. Turn you off. There we go. Why am I think the idea is I think the flee point is moving around. I think where I select with the mouse. I'm gonna have to check the document just quickly. So here I call it patrol. Enter chase state. Yeah. So extra credit pieces. So right now the flee, the chase point to this yellow object right here is fixed. If you want to do extra credits, set up. So we've got a move to point. We're not using it at the moment. You've set this up in previously. So go grab that code. When you press the mouse button, wherever this is going to be the new flee point. That's extra credit. But the idea is when you're going to press a button, the agent's going to go. So go around roaming. And then it's going to go from the roam state to the chase point. It's going to go wherever this yellow point is. And the next thing that you'll do is when you get to that point, you're then going to set a point for it to go. So this is a point to flee. So that's basically, it's going to flee from the chase point. So it's giving you a destination for it to go in that state. So it charges into that point, and then picks a random direction and goes off in the another direction. Does that explain the states correctly? Okay. Other questions? I do trust that you're going to forget a lot of this from when, again, some of you are several labs behind. So when you start getting to this, you're going to forget how to do, again, get the object up and running where, and again, one of the things I would probably do, did I give you a name for this?
Well, thankfully there are also the videos. So.
Yeah, the videos, you'll have these videos, but for the sake of argument, I'm going to create a script. I'm going to do the mono behavior script. I'm just going to call it a guard agent because we've used player so many times. So we're going to put the guard agent. Again, we're going to start off with we'll just do I'll go this way. Transform path list. And int path list index is equal to 0. So I'm gonna go skip out using game object and go to the transform, so it'll save us time. But again, this is a I do want a public delegate void agent state, current state. Oop. And then we'll go down, enter, sorry, enter room. Void do roam. Again, this is going to be current state. This is going to be do roam. Again, our update basically is going to be current state. Invoke. So we're not worrying about what we're doing underneath the hood. But then we would then have, again, down here, we'd have things such as enter chase, enter chase, enter flee, and do flee. And then we will actually do flee. Now, one of the things that we will have here is going to be nav. Sorry, we do want the using Unity engine dot AI. Then we can ask for a nav mesh agent, and this is obviously going to be agent, game object, get component, nav mesh agent. And then we can now, enter roam, do roam. We do want since we're using transforms, get these correct. So again, enter roam. Again, the current state is roam. Current target is going to be our path list. Path list index. And then we can go and say agent destination. Current target dot position. Do roam. I mean, like basically current. We'll grab, current row is current state. Is it going to be? Sorry, that's the do. Let's go down to the do again. Do chase. Okay, so chase point is already set via op roam for extra credit. Now we do know that we will need a transform, flee point, transform, chase point, transform, all right. So let's yeah. So let's save all of this right now. So what we would see in the player here. Did I not save it? Yeah, guard agent.
Did you make it public?
Nope. Nope. That I did not do. Don't need. I don't think I need any of these. Agent current state. No, I'm going to keep these. These are the only ones that need to be public. Okay. So there we go. So here's the flee point. Here's the chase point. Mouse world. So we have, again, reference. Here's the path list. I'm going to grab all of these and we'll lock this one more time. And there we go. So the player has all. So it has all its information. So right now, in start, we're getting the nav mesh agent, and then we're gonna enter Rome. And then we'll press play, and you'll see that it should. It's gonna yell, and it's yelling because there's no nav mesh set up here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the level. This is a hack. I'm going to give the ground AI nav mesh surface. Make the ground static. No, only this object, and then we can bake it. I'm going to make the ground -5, and we'll rebake the surface. There we go. And then I'll put the ground back to its -0.5. And I'll press, player set up correctly. So I'll press play, and you'll see that clear. No mesh agent. Oh. Here's the nav mesh agent. There we go. And why is it? Did I? Oh, remove component. Did I put it on the wrong thing? Here we go. Let's try this one more time. There we go. And off it goes to that point. And here is the beginning of what you are going to be doing with this lab. Is there anything I need to show off? No? Okay. I'm going to stop the recording. Let me just check. Okay, so I am going to stop the recording here, and I'm going to let you guys go.